Shalawam. I'm your brother Jeremiah from the branch of GMS South Carolina Millings. Before we start off, all praise, honor, and glory belongs to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And Shalawam unto you hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalawam. Hey, we about to take a look into these signs of the times, showing you that the Lord Yahawashi is about to return here to the planet Earth. All right. Which also these signs that we're about to look at, you know, is an indicator, that Esau Edom, his rulership, all right, is coming to an end. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the scriptures first. The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, it's talking about Yahawashi, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? Or what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So these signs that Yahawashi is about to tell the disciples, which we read today, would indicate, that he is about to return. All right. And it will also indicate, the end of the world, which is the end of a rulership, all right, of the so-called white man, all right, because they are the ones who are in power, according to prophecy. Okay. So the end of the world doesn't mean, the end of the whole earth. Okay. And I believe I have it queued up here in the blue letter for that word world. Yep.
Strong's G 165. Ion. Ion.
All right. So you see Ion. All right. And here in definition 3, it says period of time, age. All right. So you see the end of the world, is the end of a particular period of time or age of the so-called white man. All right. This devil, Esau Edom, man. Okay. So let's take a look at these signs of the times, man. All right. That Yahawashi spoke about. All right. And the prophets. All right. This is Matthew 24:4. It says, and Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And we know that we have a lot of deceivers, out here in the world. All right. But specifically amongst the house of Israel, man. All right. Amongst the circumcision. Okay. It says, verse 5, it says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ. All right. Basically meaning that they are anointed. All right. It says, shall deceive many. Yeah, you got a lot of false prophets, man. Okay. Saying that, you can have sex on the Sabbath. All right. Saying that the MOTB is sin or a spiritual mark. All right. Really, all these camps saying that, the MOTB, that prophecy specifically, is anything outside of the RFID micro C-hip. Okay. But we know, the true sincere believers, we know that it is the RFID micro C-hip. Right. But, the latest amongst the false prophets, you have, the Mississippi bug outs, saying that you can smoke weed now. All right. Just completely bugged out, but it's okay. All right. We know according to Job 12 and 16, it says with him is strength and wisdom. All right. Talking about the Heavenly Father. All right. And it says the deceive and the deceiver are his, man. So the Lord, ultimately got them, deceiving, whoever, he wants to be deceived, man. All right. We just got to be thankful that Yahawah Shai, has us with a sound mind, all right, to understand this truth. Okay. So let's read on, going into these signs of the times. Matthew 24 and 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, let's take a look in these wars and rumors of wars, that Yahawashi was speaking about. It says here in this article that I have queued up, it says Sudan conflict. All right, we know that this conflict started, a few months back. All right, it says rockets hit Khartoum market as talks collapse. All right, and let's read a little bit of it. It says rockets. Excuse me. It says rockets hit a market in Sudan's capital, Khartoum, killing 18 people and leaving more than 100 wounded, doctors and residents say. All right, so you see that conflict in Sudan, all right, like I said, that started a few months back. Da, 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 da. Oh, it started in April. All right, so you see, this conflict that started in Sudan in April, it's still brewing, man. Right, and we know that all these conflicts, in these various countries, are just going to intensify, all the way up to what, World War III, all right, which is prophecy, man. All right, so let's take a look in the Russian Ukraine conflict. It says Russia Ukraine war live. It says Kremlin claims militants have struck border with heavy shelling. Okay, so you see, it says Kyiv blames Russia volunteer fighters as girl 9 among 3 people killed in Putin's missile attack on capital. All right, so you see it's still going down, over, with the Russia and Ukraine conflict. Okay, over in Ukraine. Okay, and we know that this been going on for about a solid, a little over a year for sure. All right, it says Russia says it has repelled an attempted attack on its border with Ukraine by pro-Ukrainian militants, while heavy shelling and suspected drone attack forced some civilians to flee the area. So it's still popping off, man. All right, going into the wars and the rumors of wars, that Yahawashi told us about. Let's look at this over here in Mexico. It says Mexico's Zapatas Zapatistas, Slovakia. Mexico's Zapatistas warns Chapayas is on the verge of civil war. It says in a statement signed by 1,000 leading figures, including Noam Chomsky and Diego Luna, the EZLN say they are coming under attack from paramilitary groups who act with a passive and active com- uh, complicity of the authorities. All right, so you see that there's a civil war, all right, brewing in Mexico, man, and it's just all centered around prophecy, man. All right, the signs that the Lord Yahawashi told us about. Um, the signs that the prophets warned about. Especially in Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. You know, uh, you know, men fighting one against another with swords in their hands. Because we know that a civil war, ultimately is going to lead to civil unrest. All right, in the times to come, man. All right, but sticking to Matthew 24:6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." All right, so the Lord told us to be not troubled, man. All right, because what Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of our time, man. All right, Matthew 24:7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation," and we just read, some of the conflicts that's going on, around the earth. All right, it says, "And kingdom against kingdom." All right, we know that it's gonna brew to what, World War III, man. All right, what is that? Revelation, um, the 11th chapter. Let's see if we can pull that up. All right, pertaining unto World War III. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It's all gonna lead to, the ultimate world's war. The last world's war, World War III. All right, so let's get this precept that I'm trying to remember. I believe it's Revelation, the 11th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a moment. Yep, Revelation 11 and 14. It says, "The second woe is past." Woe meaning destruction. This is talking about World War II. Okay, it says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." Yeah, the third world war, involving all these nations, is about to come to pass, man. It's coming quickly, man. Right? It's right around the corner. All right. So read in Matthew 24:7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines." Yeah, we know that we have, a looming worldwide famine, in the background, man. Okay. We already know parts of Africa, is being hit with famines right now, all right, as we speak, because of droughts, all right. But we know that, to America, it's coming to America, all right. Babylon is coming to Europe, coming to everywhere, man. All right, the Lord is going to kill a lot of people by way of famine, Second Esdras, the 16th chapter, man. Okay. We know that this devil here in America, the wicked elite, they're destroying what? Food processing plants, destroying tens of thousands of cattle, of chickens. All right. So it's going down, man. It's all lining up to prophecy. It says, and pestilences. Yeah, you got a lot of viruses, that's happening. Lord will don't take this video down for me saying that, but you got a lot of, pestilences happening. I remember a while back, there was a man who drank some water, all right, and it was a brain eating amoeba that killed him within the water, all right. And now when you look into the news, you got people dying from putting eye drops in their eyes, man. All right. There's a particular bacteria or something within the eye drops killing people. So these things are happening. And you got the WHO, the WHO, blowing the alarm of a possible, surge, within, I'm talking about the C, the respiratory, thing. All right. I didn't want to say it because I don't want them to take the video down. But nonetheless, it says and earthquakes in diverse places, and we could just take a sneak peek into what's happening with these earthquakes. I'll do that in a second. Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So we see these signs of the times, the beginning of sorrows. Let's take a look at these earthquakes that the Lord spoke about, man. So I'm gonna refresh this. This is earthquakes that happened, all right, within 24 hours, I believe. All right, so you see we have 30 earthquakes, man. All right, you have, a few of them, all right, within, the United States, Babylon. All right, you got a few of them over here in the islands, all right, and just really around the world. I'm just zooming out. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. All right, all according to prophecy, man. All right. So this is what we should be looking for, man. Indicating that, Yahawashi is about to return. Also indicating that this devil, is coming, his kingdom, is coming to a close, man. All right. So let's look at this. All right, let's go into this. Second Esdras 9:1. It says, and he answered me then and said, hold up, big boy. I'm making a video. Okay. One moment. Give me a minute. It says, Second Esdras 9:1. That's my bond, my son. All right. But nonetheless, let's get back into this prophecy. It says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right. And how do we do that? We look at the current events, that's going on within the earth. All right. But we line it up with what? With prophecy, man. All right. It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, so we should be looking. All right. Verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Yeah. How is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, about to visit this place? The Heavenly Father Yahawah is about to send Yahawashi, to come and take this devil down. All right. And to deliver his elect, Adawan Ratazah, Lord's willing. We're a part of that hopeful elect. All right. And ultimately judge the rest of the house of Israel, man. All right, and the rest of the world, man. Okay, so let's read on. It told us, that these signs would indicate that the highest is beginning to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. We just seen there's 30 earthquakes within the last, 24 hours, man. Okay. And just more indicators of them earthquakes. I got a few, you know, videos queued up, news reports queued up. Let's play it.
A 5.5 magnitude earthquake rattled parts of Humboldt County today. The USGS reports the quake was centered off the coast near Eureka. There wasn't a threat of a tsunami and no reports of serious damage or injuries. That is the good news. 2 strong quakes have shaken Humboldt County in the past 6 months. A 5.4 quake rattled the town of Rio Dell back in January, and a 6.4 caused damage in Ferndale back in December.
You see, 5.5. And
at noon tonight, a massive magnitude 7.7 earthquake has hit in the Pacific
7.7.
off the coast of Australia. Want to get to ABC 7 News meteorologist Sandy Patel with more on that. And Sandy, your 24-hour AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah, Dan, this was a major earthquake striking just before 8 p.m. in the Pacific, southeast of the Loyalty Islands. So if you take a look at the graphics here, you will notice it's a magnitude 7.7 with a depth of 24 miles just east of Australia in the Pacific Ocean, southeast of the Loyalty Islands. Fortunately, no tsunami warning was issued for Hawaii or West Coast here in the Bay Area and California, Washington, Oregon included. Dozens of reports of smaller aftershocks to that 7.7 earthquake. So when you look at the earthquake magnitudes, a 7 is a major earthquake. The only good thing is this is not over a densely populated area. It's sort of in the middle of an island chain. So that obviously was the good thing about this earthquake.
So you see,
New tonight,
this earthquake right here was 2 weeks ago. All right, and this earthquake, the 5.5,
A 5.5 magnitude
was 11 days ago. All right, but when you look at a 7.7
tonight,
or even a 5.5, those are pretty, big earthquakes. All right, and we know that a 7.7 or I believe a 7.6, somewhere around the sevens, a major earthquake, that hit Turkey, a while back, man. All right, that was a major earthquake that killed, roughly 50,000 people. All right, and that's a part of the Lord visiting this place, man. All right, and we know that that was also judgment, man. Okay, and these signs are going to pick up, man. All right, in the times to come. All right, just wait. All right, now I can't wait. Brothers and sisters, we can't wait till the Lord brings that heavy judgment, here to Babylon the Great, man. All right, because these people are proud, man. All right, and we know that pride is going to be brought low, man. All right, pride go before destruction. Okay, and a haughty spirit before a fall, man. Proverbs, I believe, 16 and 18. All right, I want to make sure I got that correct. All right, instead of just quoting things. Excuse me. Let's look it up. Proverbs 16 and 18. Yeah, that's right. It says, pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. All right, so you see, Yahawashi is about to humble, all these proud people in the earth. All right, but we specifically know that Yahawashi is definitely about to humble these proud people here in America, man. They think that this place, won't be touched, can't be touched. All right, but it will, man. All right, so let's get back into these signs of the times. 2nd Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So we looked at the earthquakes, right, indicating that the highest is beginning to visit the world, which he made. Now let's look at, the uproars of the people, man. All right, got a few articles on this. It says Amazon employees protest return to office mandates with walkout. All right. So it says over 1,900 Amazon employees worldwide stage a walkout to protest against the company's return to office mandate. The mandate requires workers to reduce remote working and work from the office for at least 3 days per week. Woo. Yep. All right. And it probably might get to the point to where, they letting them work at the office from home for 3 days, eventually they probably gonna just lay them off. All right. That's the times that we're in, man. We ain't gonna read all of that. We just gonna skim over it. So you see, you got people, walking out on jobs. All right. It says here in this article, it says Tampa protests planned against Florida's new immigration law. All right. It says some members of Tampa's Hispanic community. All right. So, the Northern Kingdom of Israel. It says some members of Tampa's Hispanic community plan to stand together in silent protest on Thursday. The demonstration is a show of opposition against Florida's new immigration law. Okay, so something dealing with we'll actually read it down here at the third paragraph. It says the new law requires businesses um with 25 or more employees to use federal system to check new workers' immigration status. Restricts social services for immigrants who are undocumented and provides an extra $12 million for a migrant relocation program. So, Esau want them tabs, on them Northern Kingdom that's undocumented, here in Babylon, all right, America. Okay. And it's probably going to push, a lot of them out, all right, with this law. All right. So you see, uproars of the people, man. Okay. So, and not to forget, what was going on in France, they was protesting about, you know, up in the retirement age, man. This place is through, man. Esau, Edom, his kingdom, his rulership is coming to an end, and Yahawashi is about to return. So let's read this again. 2nd Esdras 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, we saw the earthquakes pulled up in articles. It says, and uproars of the people in the world. We just read a few articles on that. All right. Then shalt thou, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Yeah, prophecy, man. Okay. These things were said before. All right. And now he has his men, all right, out there, with the message, prophesying, saying before. Okay. So when these things come, those of the house of Israel will have no excuse, man. Okay. So the Lord Yahawashi is about to return. This devil is about to go down, man. All right, 2nd Esdras 9:5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest, man. All right, so you're seeing it, man, and it's a beautiful thing that this devil, his kingdom is coming to a close, man. All right. It's gonna be hard. Times are gonna get harder, man. Pertaining to serving the Lord, man. All right, but what does the scriptures tell us, man? Sirach 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. We know that, persecution is around the corner. They're gonna come after us for simply, walking in the ways of righteousness of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and believing, man. All right. But these things have to happen, man. So, let's look at some more signs, that the Lord is visiting this place, that this devil, his kingdom is coming to an end. Matter of fact, let me read this before I play these articles. All right. Isaiah 29:6. It says, and thou shalt be visited. All right. So this is indicating the visitation. All right. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, with thunder. All right. With thunder. Okay. And with earthquake. And we just saw the earthquakes. All right. And great noise with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. So let's look at the thunder, the earthquake. All right, we looked up the earthquakes, but let's look up the great noise and storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire, within these news clips, showing you that, the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right, is visiting this place, man. All right, the Lord of armies, man, that's what the Lord of hosts means. All right, the Lord of armies. All right, so let's play these clips, man.
Water rushing onto a highway in western Texas, submerging cars and forcing drivers to abandon their vehicles.
Trying to get you, man. I'm coming.
This man, who loses control of his car,
Literally, my car just got stuck.
climbs out a window to escape.
You're right, bro. I got you.
Emergency crews also unable to move. Many who had to leave their cars forced to navigate waist-high waters. After 3 to 5 inches of rain fell in a matter of hours, prompting mudslides, rock falls, and several road closures.
It's completely washed. 2 vehicles right off to the side.
More than a dozen water rescues have taken place across the Lubbock area.
This is West Texas.
On another highway, hundreds of drivers got stuck in the deluge, unable to pass an abandoned semi-truck that overturned on the highway, blocking traffic. A flood watch is in effect in the area until late tonight as this system shifts east. At the same time, a tropical depression developed late this afternoon in the Gulf of Mexico. Florida is now bracing for heavy rain, made worse by that tropical system, which is impacting central and southern Florida, where a flood watch is already in effect through Friday. In April, Fort Lauderdale saw historic flooding with more than 25 inches of rainfall over 12 hours. Now, the state is preparing for more rain, as Texas also deals with another risk of severe weather tomorrow. Priscilla Thompson, NBC News, Houston, Texas.
Hey, let me read it again. Isaiah 29:6. And thou shalt be visited of the Lord, Yahawah of hosts, the Lord of armies, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest. That's indicating storm and tempest, man. The Lord flooded it out, man. All right. And flame of devouring fire. So let's look at some more of these clips, man. All right. The Lord flooding it out in Texas, in Fort Lauderdale. All right.
Overnight in Guam, a massive typhoon pounding the island. Winds up to 140 miles per hour, tossing a pickup truck around like a toy, taking out chunks of the side of this resort. What the heck? And ripping through a hotel lobby. Guest Luis Zamora didn't sleep at all last night.
As you can see, we have a lot of damage.
He shows us a room too dangerous to stay in.
The rooms are unusable. As you can see, the building is moving back and forth.
Guests hunkering down in flooded hallways, water seeping through the ceiling. Officials say it's even more dangerous out on the road.
Too many flying debris. Tree tops are coming down, palm fronds, coconuts.
Typhoon Mawar is equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane, the strongest to pass this close to the U.S. territory in more than 20 years.
We are at the crosshairs of Typhoon Mawar. Take action now.
The Navy is sending in the USS Nimitz carrier strike group to deal with the aftermath. Tonight, most of the island is without power, and officials say they're only just beginning to survey the damage. Aaron McLaughlin, NBC News.
Hey, Lord, he's getting closer and closer, man. All right. We know that we're coming up on what? They would call it hurricane season, right? You know, so these things are going to intensify. It's going to get worse, man. All right. As we draw closer, you know, to the return of our Lord Yahawashi. Okay. So let's read this. All right. Get within these scriptures, man. This is the book of Nahum. I'll start at verse 1, but the point is on down. It says, the burden of Nineveh. All right. In this place, America is spiritually Nineveh. All right. This place is actually spiritually, you know, Sodom, Egypt, Nineveh. All right. The spiritual Rome. All right. Rome 2.0 coming back. All right. All these wicked kingdoms, you know, Babylon. All right. All these wicked kingdoms coming back, man. All right. In the reincarnation, if you will. Okay. This place is called the mother of harlots. I want to say that's in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Let me make sure I got that correct. We're going to take a look together. Yep. Revelation 17:5. It says, and upon her, you know, talking about Babylon, America, and upon her forehead was written a Lakia. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So you see America, you know, is all these wicked kingdoms, you know, wrapped up in one. Okay. And that's why you see all manner of evil and wickedness, you know, from these different, you know, ancient kingdoms here in America. All right. So Nahum 1:1, it says, the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the El Cushite. Okay. Verse 2. It says, God is jealous, all right? The Most High is jealous. And the Lord, Yahawah Shai revengeth. The Lord, Yahawah Shai revengeth and is furious. So you see, the Lord is angry, man. Okay? Just as in the time of Genesis, during the time of our forefather Noah, all the wickedness that was going on then, the Lord was angry. And eventually he did what? He killed them off, all right, and only saved, Noah and his house, all right? The Lord, Yahawah Shai, he's angry now as well, man, all right? Because 2nd Esdras 15, let's say verse 6, okay? Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man, okay? Go to it. Yo, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna read this first. 2nd Esdras 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Yeah, that's the judgments that Yahawah Shai is bringing to this place because of what? It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So you see, that's why the Lord is angry, man. All right, that's why he is furious, man. Nahum 1 and 2. The Most High is jealous. The Lord Yahawah Shai revengeth. The Lord Yahawah Shai revengeth. And is furious. And the Lord Yahawah Shai will take vengeance on his adversaries. Yeah, all the heathen nations, all right, his enemies. Okay. You 2/3 of the house of Israel, you're counted as adversaries as well. You're against Yahawah Shai as well. It says, and he reserveth, meaning he saveth. He's keeping in store, wrath for his enemies. Yeah. And like I said, all the heathen nations are his enemies, but the 2/3 of the house of Israel, being disobedient, all right, they're enemies to Yahawah Shai as well, man. All right, Nahum 1 and 3, it says, and the Lord Yahawah Shai is slow to anger and great in power. Yeah, and that's why the judgment, that is said to come, all right, during the time of Jacob's trouble, World War III, all right, the return of our Lord Yahawashi with the heavenly host. That's why this judgment is going to be so heavy, man. All right, the Lord is slow to anger, man. All right, the Lord has been patient, long suffering, man. Okay, but once he brings down that judgment, it says, and he's great in power, man. All right, that judgment is going to be heavy. All right, it says, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yeah, you're not going to be innocent. All right, when the Lord brings his judgment, we know the wicked. All right, Esau, Edom, there's no place of repentance for the so-called white man, the wicked. All right, they're the border of wickedness according to Malachi 1 and 4. All right, he's not going to acquit the so-called white man. All right, and those of the house of Israel, who want to be wicked and rebellious all the way up until the day of the Lord. All right, he ain't going to quit you as well. He's going to put you to death, man. He's going to judge you. All right, it says the Lord Yahawah Shai hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. And that's the point that I wanted to get, man. It said the Lord has his way in the whirlwind, man. All right, it's the Lord bringing these storms, man. Okay, bringing a tropical, a massive typhoon to Guam, all right, and flooding out Texas, all right, and Fort Lauderdale, man. Okay, so I want to also hit, within Isaiah 29 and 6, it brought up flames, a devouring fire. Isaiah 29 and 6. Then I'll end it off. Okay, I want to beat a dead horse. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahawah Shai with thunder. Yahawah Shai of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. So, touching on flames of devouring fire, you have, these volcanoes going off, man.
Europe's most violent volcano eruption from Mount Etna spread out its ashes to nearby areas including the airport runway in the eastern Sicilian city of Catania where flight operations suffered a halt. The airport said, flights to and from Catania, a popular tourist destination, would be suspended until normal safety conditions could be guaranteed, According to Italy's National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology, INGV, ash fell across the runway and over the city of Catania and on at least one town on Mount Etna's slopes. The INGV monitors Etna with instrumentation on the slopes. It noted that
So, got a volcano that erupted in Italy, okay? Another volcano in Mexico.
Mother Nature forces Mexico City's international airport to close over the weekend. We're not talking high winds here. This was ash from a nearby volcano which was erupting Saturday morning. The volcano has been active since 1994 and is considered to be one of the most dangerous in Latin America. That airport, by the way, did reopen since, but they are keeping an eye on that.
We're about to experience.
So, see it, man. The Lord is definitely visiting this place, visiting the world which he made. All right, and it's clear and it's cut, with the signs, that we were told to look for, man. All right, and these things are only going to intensify, man. All right, so, during this grace period that we have, before the Lord brings down a heavy judgment, all right, we got to be in the spirit of seeking the Lord, man. Okay. Now, end it on this. Isaiah 55:6, it says, "Seek ye the Lord, Yahawashi, while he may be found." Because we know that, there's a famine of the word coming. Amos 8:11, Amos 8:11, it says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found." The famine of the word, is right around the corner, man. All right, there was a 2 or 3-year-old, the bishop put it in the group chat, that pretty much got arrested, because the family of the 2 or 3-year-old had a Bible, man. All right, so persecution is coming. All right, we know that is, probably not probably, it will be enforced throughout the whole earth. Persecution of the believers, of Yahawashi. All right, so we got to be seeking the Lord while he may be found. It says, "Call ye upon him while he is near," and you got to be calling on the true names of Yahawashi. All right, Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, which means he is, he exists, he to be. All right, and Yahawashi is the true name of his Son, all right, which means he delivers, man. All right, so that's it for the lesson, man. The signs is all pointing to the return of our Lord Yahawashi, and it's also pointing to the end of this devil's rulership, man. All right, so we got to be in the spirit of seeking the Lord while he may be found, calling upon him while he is near, here in this grace period. And Adawan Ratazah, Lord's willing, he'll have mercy on us, and we are, a part of that hopeful elect, to be saved, man. So with that, say a sincere Shalawam.